Hello!
Hello!
So now we're going to talk about our post-trip chat.
From Disneyland Paris.
This was my first ever visit to Disneyland Paris, and your...
First one in about 18 years.
Yeah. Is it your third trip?
It is, yeah.
Okay. So to cover off, let's see, flights. We flew out via EasyJet. Oh, first of all, I need to say thank you, because Gemma booked this one. I'm very appreciative. I'm very appreciative of that.
What are you taking?
Because this was like a treat, wasn't it, that you booked and paid for. So it was fab. So thank you, Gemma. We flew out via EasyJet from Liverpool John Lennon Airport, above us only sky, to Paris Charles de Gaulle.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to check if that is the John Lennon.
It is, that's what it says.
Yes, for Paris Charles de Gaulle, we then had a transfer using Prestige cars.
Yeah.
That was straight from the airport, straight to our hotel, which was the Santa Fe.
Can't remember anything, can you? Rubbish.
And we stayed Monday to Friday in February, so this was before the current lockdowns and things like that.
Yeah, it was like...
It was in the news and we were aware that there was something going on.
There was posters up at the airports in France, but it was not like...
So it was not. It was obviously pre-lockdown. We were a bit worried, I think, at first, but...
Yeah, but then we thought, if we're allowed to travel then, that's fine.
Anyway, moving on from that.
Yeah.
So flights were...
Perfect.
Yeah, absolutely fine. EasyJet were
really easy
and
easy to check in.
Yeah.
My case ended up going in the hold. They took it off me at the gate, and we waited like 2 seconds for it to come back out. In France, it was fine.
Yeah, we didn't eat anything on the flights. We did eat at the airport.
It's like, what, an hour, the flight?
Yeah.
That was it, yeah.
So, but we'd had food at the airport, which was actually really nice.
It was, it was expensive, but as airport
nice.
it is, but it was actually tasty.
We had a couple of days at the airport as well, of course, because it's us. But yeah, once we landed at the airport, we literally picked up the cases, walked out of the door, and then basically you're hit by a wall of taxi people. Most of them have got their names. The one thing to avoid here is anyone approaching you going, would you like a mini cab? It's like that standard thing where they're possibly not taxi drivers, so make sure you go to official taxi rank, so on and so forth, or pre-book. We pre-booked with Prestige cars.
Yeah, so you don't pay when you pre-book, you pay your first driver half, and then when they bring you back to the airport you pay your second driver the other half. And it was €120 return trip.
And the drivers were very friendly, the cars were very modern, and they had DVD players in for kids if you wanted them. They had like Mickey seats for the kids to sit on.
Yeah, they had all your booster seats and everything that you would need.
Yeah.
But they were nice, like luxury cars. And it took about, what, 40 minutes?
Yeah, something like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
The other options would be to use the Magical Express, the Disneyland Paris Magical Express, which there is a cost associated with, and it's not as high.
€15 a person.
But you have to be careful with that one because it doesn't run later in the evenings, so when we landed it wasn't available, it wasn't an option to us.
Or the train.
We potentially could have made the last train, but because we didn't know the airport and we didn't know the area, we decided to book the transfer with Prestige.
To be honest, I think I'd just book the transfer again.
Yeah, it was very easy and very simple.
Yeah.
The train basically drops you off in Disney Village, so we would have had to have then either transferred on the buses to the resort or walked with the cases, which is about a 10-minute walk. We'll go into that in a bit when we get to. So we stayed in the Santa Fe Hotel, which was the Cars themed one. It's one of the 2 budget resorts across the way from the Hotel Cheyenne. I'm getting my names right today. It was for a budget hotel. It was nice. It was perfectly acceptable.
The theming was very cute. The staff were nice. The reception staff, checking us in, were very nice. It was clean. It
was kind of like motel style, but you did leave into a corridor,
Yeah, you went into a corridor as opposed to straight outdoors.
The negatives, I would say, is a little bit dated, tired looking. The fan in the room was so noisy we couldn't use it because it was just ding, 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 ding. But we didn't really need to use it. We just left the window open a crack, and it was February.
Yeah.
Quite cool, wasn't it? I can just hear the cat eating food in the corner over there. It's quite distracting. The hotel shop was okay, not cheap, but then they never are. We had been told...
Not bad, actually, the hotel shop for a
hotel it was
shop.
fine.
I didn't think it was actually that bad.
But we had been told to go to the garage, the petrol station, just outside, because they do cheaper crisps and stuff, but they didn't do cheaper crisps and stuff. It was the
cents cheaper as opposed to euros cheaper. So.
And the beer
was shut.
fridges there was shut. So
and it wasn't even late when we went.
No, I'm assuming there's some opening times. I think it said on them, but we just didn't. We just had all the shut.
I couldn't eat it.
But we ate in the hotel.
We did.
On the first night.
Because we had the standard half-board.
Of course, I should have mentioned
dining plan, which came free with the holiday. When I booked, because I booked it quite early, I got Monday to Friday the standard half-board dining plan, all your tickets and flights and what else did I get? Got something else. I can't remember. Oh, it was 25% off. You got 25% off the hotel room. So it came to about £860 for Monday to Friday, and that includes everything except the transfer.
Yeah.
Just to be paid extra on top.
Yeah, so because we had been looking for a while to get a deal, and that was the cheapest we'd seen.
I'd never seen it for that cheap before.
No.
For
so
both of us.
You jumped on it, didn't you? We booked it. But yeah, anyway, that obviously as a result of that we got the dining plan. So the first night we used the dining plan on the
hotel buffet
that I've forgotten the name of.
La Cantina.
That's the one, which is Mexican type theme, Tex-Mex type theme thing going on.
There's plenty of choice. You could make your own fajitas. You could make nachos. There was all sorts of different chicken. There was a kids station.
Chili.
Loads of desserts.
Yeah.
Chilies. Yeah, there was chili, wasn't there?
Yeah. Yeah, it was quite pleasant, I thought.
Yeah, it was fine.
The general theme of, I think I mentioned it a few times on holiday, other than everything being pretty. Oh yeah,
pizza was
horrible. Was that the buffet restaurants I didn't think were worth the money they would have paid for them if you went on the dining plan.
No, because it would have been what? Was it like €35 or something like per person? And they
weren't €35 worth of food.
I think people could probly get 35.
Yeah, if you came back with a plate like that, but I'm not going to do that because I can't eat that much in
it was late when we got. It was like 9-10 o'clock, I think. By the time we were eating, so we were tired. So I don't think we got the best out of that buffet because we were tired. No. But we did have a Coke freestyle machine, and that was nice. I got a peach Sprite.
And again, we used it, I think, every morning for breakfast, and it was perfectly acceptable for breakfast. It was
just your normal. There was some hot options, so there was scrambled egg, bacon and beans. You could make toast. There was all your pastries, cold meats and cheeses and bread rolls, and and cereals for the kids and yogurts and fruit and whatever you wanted. So yeah, the breakfast was fine. It was exactly what I expected.
We did use the bar in the hotel as well. We used the bars in all of the hotels other than the main Disneyland hotel. That was the worst of the 4 bars. And it wasn't terrible. It was a sports bar.
It was a sports bar. It wasn't as comfortable as other bars.
Not every other bar we got table service on. In that one I didn't see that it was offered. I don't know if it was. But sorry, I got time behind.
Nobody else seemed to be getting table service though,
it was just it just felt like a bit of a school canteen type thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was not fantastic. But you could get drinks in there, and it was cheaper than some of the others for the same. Basically. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, onto the parks. It's a hotel done. The Santa Fe hotel is a 10-minute walk from the parks, and to do that you walk down from that hotel down the river. It's not really a river, it's kind of like a canalway type thing. Around the lake, through the Disney Village. So you basically, the good thing about that is you clear security before you get to Disney Village, and it's a lot quieter than the main
entrance. I'd say it was a bit longer
security.
than 10 minutes as well. I'd say it was
10-15.
10 to 20 minutes, depending on how tired you were.
Well, it was cold, so we ran.
Yeah, we could do it in about 15 minutes. I don't think it was 10.
Okay, but yeah, it's 3,000 steps I think for me. So yeah,
it was approximately that. Yeah.
But then straight into the parks. We did the first day. We did the Disneyland park, the Disneyland Paris park. I was very impressed with that park because I wasn't expecting it to be as nice as Magic Kingdom, and in some areas it was much nicer. It was much more modern. It was cleaner.
Yeah.
It was prettier, and I said that a lot. And it felt, because it was quiet, because we went at a quiet time, it felt really open and friendly and welcoming and nice. And
as you approach the park, because you've got the Disneyland Hotel and all the fountains, but it just looks really good.
Having seen that Imagineering programme and seen how much money they spent on that park,
and
I'm not surprised that it's so pretty.
That they did, and like the actual stained glass windows and everything, it was amazing.
It was spectacular. I was very impressed with it.
I love the castle.
Yeah.
I love the castle. Like
the castle's not as grandiose and impressive as the Walt Disney World castle, but it's...
I like that you can explore it, though.
It's like the way it's set up on a hill and you can go around the inside,
yeah.
And see the dragon underneath. It's cool.
It is, yeah.
The parade was good. I don't think the parade was as good as the Walt Disney World parade.
But the dragon
possibly. And seeing that dragon when we were stood in front of the castle, because we were stood on the corner and the dragon coming around and it raised its head up above the castle and blew the flames was just amazing.
Yeah.
I was really impressed with that. Rides wise.
The Frozen stuff was good as well.
Oh yes.
The mini, because it was Frozen celebration. We know all the songs now. Yeah. But yeah, it was cute. It was like, it happens every hour from about 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
And they just sort of came around the main hub. There was only one float, which was Anna's big ice horse.
It was a small thing.
And all the dancers, and then they went into the middle bit and carried on singing. And they changed podiums, so wherever you stood, you would get a character in front of you, so you get to see everybody. It was really well done. It was cute.
So what about rides in Disneyland? Paris Park.
Hyperspace Mountain
was very good.
It
was a bit rock and roller coaster, but it was very good. I still prefer Space Mountain to Walt Disney World. As it's a better roller coaster as a roller coaster, but the one in Walt Disney World's more Space Mountain to me.
Okay, that's fine.
But the theme, as I've said many times in the vlog,
I think if you'd got it with its original theme,
I'd love to have seen it with its original theme.
Liked it.
As much as I love Star Wars, I was just kind of disappointed that I didn't get to see the steampunk version, Jules version. So I hope at some point in the future they'll go back to that and then I'll be able to see it, or see it, and at least like it should have been, because I know they've rethemed it since. We did Big Thunder Mountain, but again I thought the Walt Disney World one was better, and I think that's a controversial opinion as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like everyone goes on about this, the lift hill with all the mine stuff, but if you're sitting in the wrong place you don't see any of it. If you're close to the front,
I thought that was a good part. Sorry,
yeah, it's like if you sat close to the front, you see it winding up, but you don't get the explosion. But when we sat at the back we did get that, but I don't think it makes the ride any better. So
I was thinking about this today because I saw someone tweeting why is your favourite, if your favourite isn't Disneyland Paris, why? So I started to think about why, and it's because of the lake, going under the lake, which I actually enjoyed as part of a roller coaster, but because you spend so much of that roller coaster getting from the station to the island and back again, you don't have as much outdoorsy bit. So like the boneyard from Walt Disney World's one isn't there, and that's one of my favourite parts that I really like. So as a result, I just prefer Walt Disney World.
Yeah, if you've ridden Big Thunder Mountain in Walt Disney World as it's going dark and the castle's lighting up all while the fireworks are going off, then Paris doesn't even come close to comparing to that. It was an enjoyable ride. I didn't think that the TNT thing made a difference to my ride, whether it was there or not. I didn't see what the fuss was about on it.
We enjoyed Phantom Man. I think we rode it 5 times. There's some bits of that we thought were better than Walt Disney World as well, which I thought the stretching room was much more effective.
Yeah, I liked how it's set up.
Yeah.
So you can really see it and get some nice photos of it.
I love the ride, the beginning of the ride where she stood on the steps and you get on the ride.
Yeah, like the entrance bit, like the stretching room is really good, the way it looks shabby and then it comes to life.
Yeah.
And I like that as you in the queue you go and pass the photos that change, so you can proper stop and look at them, which you can't do in Walt Disney World because you're on the ride at that point, and there's the big staircase and the bride is there, and getting onto the ride is much nicer, but then that's where it sort of stops being as good as Walt Disney World.
It's still a good ride, it's just not quite as good as Walt Disney World, I think.
Because like, the Madame Leota isn't as good as Walt Disney World, and the graveyard isn't as good as well, with the weird Wild West theme.
But it's a good ride in its own right. I think that one, and I love the Phantom Man. It looks fantastic on the hill.
Yeah, and
I love the little graveyard
you come off it as well, and there's all the little chambers to look into after you get off the ride as well, where we found our hurry back.
The Indiana Jones ride was.
I did warn you about that.
Yeah, it was.
It's weird because there's literally this roller coaster. No one talks about it. And it's hidden at the back of the park.
I think it's one of them. You need to fill a box. We'll get an old roller coaster and stick it in there. That's not particularly great quality. I enjoyed the Pirates ride.
Yeah, Pirates Caribbean was really good.
I don't know if it's as good as Walt Disney World's, but I enjoyed it. It was good fun.
I think they're much of a muchness,
Yeah.
to be fair.
There are bits of it at the better and bits of it the worst, so there you go. Much of a muchness.
Yeah,
I thought
Walt Disney World's got the big galleon bit.
It's a Small World I thought was better than Walt Disney
I
World.
love It's a Small World. That was my first It's a Small World.
Yeah.
So, and I love It's a Small World anyway. I think it's such a classic Disney ride. I don't feel like I'm truly at Disney till I've been on it. But it's shorter.
Yes.
And it's
She's making
newer and cleaner, and it's got more modern elements in it, like the Tokyo one and stuff. It's got characters hidden through it and stuff like that.
I enjoyed the boat ride of going through the fairy tale model village. That was big cute.
That was it, yeah.
We
didn't
did
get to go on Casey
carousel.
Jr. because the queue was huge.
Yeah, we were hoping to get on it, and it was 45 minutes.
We just said,
nowhere.
Go somewhere else.
The train wasn't running.
No.
Which was disappointing because I like trains.
The
But then it wasn't on our last
but then it
Magic
was,
Kingdom.
but we still didn't manage to get on it.
I think it opened just after we left, actually. We enjoyed Star Tours in French.
Yes.
Lando Calrissian speaking French.
Snow White ride?
Oh, yeah. I tried to put that out in my mind.
I can beat that one though. Pinocchio?
Oh, yeah.
You definitely put that one out in your mind.
Definitely. And you were telling me how much better the
Peter Pan
ride was. It felt like exactly the same ride.
No, it's different. It's different.
It has been a while since I've been on the Walt Disney World.
Yeah. They are very short. We have to go on the Sleeping Beauty, the Snow White one, because you can't do that really anywhere else. Well, when you go to Florida, you can't do it there. So you've got to do that on the Pinocchio ride. It's like he's ripping out. Happens to God. It's awful. At least the Snow White one tells the story as you go around. But the Pinocchio one, it's just like cardboard cut-out. It's just a bit odd.
Yeah, it was a bit odd.
What else in Magic
We
Kingdom?
queued for quite a while for that one as well, didn't we?
We did, and it said it was only a short queue, and then it just wasn't.
Mm.
We didn't do Dumbo. Oh, the Labyrinth.
Oh, the labyrinth we did was fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, I've still not edited that footage at this time. I think that's probably an hour's video in itself because we were in there quite a while.
Yeah, we didn't do Dumbo, did we? And we didn't do the teacups.
We did eat in two restaurants in the Disneyland Paris Park. We ate in the
Plaza Gardens. Which is kind of like Crystal Palace.
Yeah. I quite enjoyed it, you didn't? As much. I thought it was fine. You thought you weren't so impressed with it.
I wasn't as
You ate a lot of cakes in there.
Not that the food was bad, it's just I just didn't feel like what was offered to me that day.
Right.
You know, sometimes you just...
Cod soup. You didn't want cod soup.
I felt like soup in a roll because it was quite chilly, and then it was cod soup, and I'm not like a fishy person.
And the other place we ate in was Agrabah Cafe, which was your favourite.
Yeah, I loved Agrabah Cafe.
You had all the hummus.
It was like Moroccan style, wasn't it? With lots of like hummus and falafels, which were not nice though. Falafels. And like you make your own kebabs, and there was nice chicken and lovely marinated lamb. And there was a little kids station that I completely missed. But yeah, it was nice in there. I liked it, and I liked the theming, and it was like a Bedouin tent.
I had the meatballs off the, I don't know if it was the kids station or one of the other stations. They weren't very good either.
No, were they not? Oh.
They were like mushed up meat, like proper blended to beyond.
Basically could have ate all the hummus.
Yeah. Yeah, but you would have got thrown out. Just carrying tons of hummus
I could have
down
just
Main Street.
literally picked the bowl of hummus up and took it back to the table because it was delicious.
Speaking of Main Street, really enjoyed the two arcades.
Mm-hmm.
They're a fantastic idea because you get loads of people through. They're nice places to sit because you've got chairs in them.
Yeah.
There's historical stuff in there. It's really interesting.
Yeah.
And I thought it was a really nice way to expand like the Main Street.
Yeah.
You can tell that they've obviously learned from previous parks when they built those bits.
Put a bit more space.
Yeah. I wish we'd have gone to the hotel and had a drink in the bar.
I don't know why we didn't.
We just never got around to it, did we?
Didn't get around to
Something for the future, though.
Yeah.
So moving on from there, we have the Walt Disney Studios park.
That feels like Hollywood Studios, like 3 years ago.
Yeah, and again, going back to the illumination thing, I can tell from watching that why that park is like it is. It is a park that's under change.
The illumination thing? Do you mean the Imagineering?
Imagineering thing. I can tell it's worth watching that series actually if you've got Disney Plus. It's very good. But I will say, rides wise, Tower of Terror, I preferred the Tower of Terror there to the one in Disney World.
Yeah, loved it.
Yeah, it's great. Fantastic. It just felt like we were bouncing up and down for ages.
It did, and there was like cheeky little ones where you thought you were finished and then you weren't. And like the cast members were amazing.
Yeah,
like proper on
that I would say. I wasn't sure if the cast members were going to be as good in Disneyland Paris. They were as good, if not better.
Yeah, the Tower of Terror ones, every single cast member played along.
So good in the.
Whereas sometimes
that guy with the glasses, the gold-rimmed glasses.
He was good.
So good. Yeah. And he was a proper like snooty Frenchman type thing going on. It
really worked though, didn't it?
Yeah.
It did really work.
Yeah.
What was it?
Ratatouille. Yeah.
Ratatouille's really good.
We rode in there. It was good
went
fun.
on that a couple of times. Mm-hmm.
We did have one ride on that where one of the screens was broken. The 3D was completely out of whack.
Oh yeah, and then it came back on again. It was weird. It like went off halfway through the ride, didn't it? Mm-hmm. But you know these things.
We did the Cars Scale Extra.
Yeah.
RC truck thing. I can't remember.
Is it just called like RC Racer or something?
Yeah,
like
something. We also did Crush's Coaster, which we queued for an hour.
It was the only thing we queued for the whole trip.
It was the only thing. I'm glad because it was very good.
Oh, we forgot that we did the carousel in Disneyland Paris.
We did, yeah.
Park.
You enjoyed the Crush's Coaster more than me, didn't you?
I enjoyed it, yeah. I thought it was good fun. I wish I wasn't in my winter gear because with big boots on and a big winter coat on, it was a bit of a squash getting into Crush's Coaster, whereas I think if you were in your summer clothes, it would have been much easier to get in and out of them. Because it's constantly moving, you feel very rushed to get into it and get your seat down in place and your belt down and everything.
Yeah. We didn't eat much in that part, but we did on the last day change our food booking to be the
you went to
Share Remy. That was really good, wasn't it?
It was. I'm glad we changed our booking for there. It cost us €12 each to upgrade to eat there.
I'm still not sure if you got the price right, but I'm not complaining because it worked out now.
Well, basically, it should have been €12 each, but he didn't charge us for our beer.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Okay.
That's what I figured out. He didn't charge us.
Sorry, that guy.
He should have charged us for our drinks, and he didn't.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was very nice restaurant.
The theme in there was so cute. It was like you shrunk down, and it was really cute. Oh, it's nice, isn't it? Even like where you waited to go through was really nice.
Yeah, and we did
the whole area where it was.
Yeah, that whole French area.
Really
They had the little food festival on there as well, which we didn't get a chance to try, but it looked good and smelled good as well.
It smelled nice, yeah. We spent that like 20 minutes watching the pancakes get made.
Yeah.
It was fascinating how quickly did it.
But that part just felt like Hollywood Studios did a couple of years ago, where half of it's short.
We had like pockets of nice things.
Yeah. We did enjoy the Star Wars stuff. It was very similar to a lot of the stuff you see in Hollywood Studios.
But all in French.
But it was cool to see the Imperial March with Darth Vader.
And the old school stormtroopers.
Yeah. Which brings me on to nighttime shows, because we didn't mention Disneyland Paris Park's nighttime show, which was Illuminations, not Imagineering. No. It was very good. Not many fireworks, but when you think about where the park is, it's not surprising because there's residential areas around it.
Very good projections though on the castle.
Yeah, it was good fun.
With a Star Wars bit in it, which was unexpected.
But the Star Wars show on the side of Tower of Terror blew it away. It was
amazing.
That was almost as good as Hollywood Studios, or possibly better.
I think it was better because it also had the actors coming out on the stage while the projections were going off. It was all like
that's a good point,
tied in together.
The lightsabers at night just looked so much better.
I think because it was projected on the tower, you could see the projections better than on the Chinese theatre. And because the tower is one tall straight thing, you saw everything, whereas because the Chinese theatre spread out, you sometimes miss stuff that's going on the sides if you're not in the perfect
I would quite happily watch both shows.
Oh god, yeah, I'd happily watch both shows.
I'd struggle to pick between the two, but I was surprised at how good that one was.
When we were watching it, it was very cold.
It was cold.
We had Star Wars chips.
We did. We had Star Wars chips. The Disney Village we didn't spend a huge amount of time in. We did have an Earl sandwich, which was just like the Earl sandwich in Florida, which was fine. It was nice.
We walked through all the shops.
Yeah, we did, but we didn't go to any of the restaurants.
Super expensive. I will say coffee, like just coffee and stuff like that, was really expensive for what you got. Like in the parks, it was just like crappy coffee out of the machine. There wasn't a Starbucks inside the park that we found. So you were getting like a cup of coffee about yay big, and it was just not even nice. And the Starbucks was Starbucks, but really expensive. I felt that Starbucks.
Yeah, and it's all served in paper cups, and I absolutely can't stand that. But then it is Disney parks. So. But then when I got Walt Disney World,
it's a massive sit down.
When I got Walt Disney World, I'm not going to sit down and drink a coffee because it's too hot.
Yeah.
And then we did do Disneyland Paris bar crawl.
We did.
Over the course of the holiday, we tried bars in
Newport Bay,
Sequoia Lodge,
and Cheyenne.
And then our hotel we tried the first night, which I previously mentioned. I enjoyed the Cheyenne's bar, and I enjoyed Sequoia Lodge's bar. In fact, I enjoyed all three bars.
I enjoyed them all.
Yeah, but Sequoia Lodge's was fantastic because we had the fire.
I think because
really
it was
nice
February and it was cold and they had a nice open fire.
I wish we'd have tried the Cheyenne one earlier because I would have probably gone back to that one again because it was really nice.
Yeah.
It's got a nice little sort of like Western themed place.
Wild West.
The only problem we had in there, I think, was we were sat and it was quite late at night when we got back and we were enjoying a beer, and then like a group of giggling schoolgirls came and sat next to us, and it was like,
why are you in here?
Why are you in here? But then we kind of thought about it and thought there's not really anywhere else for them to go. Which is kind of a Disneyland Paris thing, I think, when it gets later at night, there's not many places to go.
There's nowhere to go.
Because they couldn't go to the restaurant because the restaurant was a buffet restaurant, and all they wanted was a snack from behind the bar because you could order snacks in the bar. So that kind of why they were there. So that's what we got grumpy and left. Yeah,
we thought it was a bit odd that there wasn't any quick service in the hotel that you could take back to your room. Mm-hmm. There was no option for that, which seems like a missed opportunity.
Yeah, I think that's my one theme of Disneyland Paris is there's a lot of missed opportunities where they could do things differently that would probably earn them money and would make your stay better. Like putting quick service in the hotels would be a good start.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. So what did you think on the whole of Disneyland Paris?
I had a fantastic holiday.
Me too. I'm really glad we went. It was. I wasn't so sure I was going to enjoy it, and it exceeded my expectations considerably.
Good.
Yeah, distracted by the cat.
Yeah.
But yeah, fantastic.
Yeah. Really good trip. Would recommend anyone to go. If you want your little Disney fix and you get it for a good price, then go. Yeah. If we go back again, we will be staying in Sequoia Lodge. Because it was lovely, that hotel, and that's even closer walk to the park as well. Because you literally, when you come out the back of Sequoia Lodge, you're practically in Disney Village, so it's right there. Yeah. Yeah, Disney Village needs a tidy up.
Yes. I think
a massive tidy
up. Prior to current events, the plan was that it would get a tidy up at some point in the future.
It looks we'll see what happens there in the future.
Yeah.
Very dated.
Yeah, it does, yeah. It's a shame really because I was reading about the theming of the whole of Disneyland Paris, and even our hotel used to have a lot more theming than it now does, like that had storylines as well. So it's kind of a shame that some of that's been lost over the years. But you know,
these things happen.
It's an opportunity to put it back potentially. So I think that's enough. I think we talked long enough about Disneyland Paris, longer than we did do of Walt Disney World. But it was all new to us, so there we go.
Yeah.
Well, to me, I'm relatively new to you. So yeah, thank you for watching.
Yeah.
And if you like what we do, you tell a friend.
Tell 2 friends.